Our story begins in the deep, silent ocean, where a massive ship slowly pulls an ancient coffin from the dark water, lifting it slowly into the open air before transporting it to a construction site where people repeatedly try to force it open but fail every single time because no matter what they do, the coffin refuses to yield, still holding on to its silence. But on a night when the moonlight is especially clear, the coffin suddenly opens on its own, and the moment light touches its surface, a man steps out from inside, a man named Raisel, and the next day flows in quietly as Raisel walks toward a school, changing his clothes effortlessly using his powers while moving forward. And at the same moment, a boy named Sevu, who is trying to enter the school gate, freezes in shock when he notices Raisel, stunned by how impossibly handsome this new face is, and confused because he has never seen someone like him in the school before, wondering who this person could be. But when he looks again, Raisel has already vanished. While elsewhere, Raisel calmly heads toward the principal's office, and as soon as he approaches, the school principal Frankenstein feels it in his bones that his master has returned, bowing his head deeply and saying with devotion that he has been waiting for him for thousands of years, because long ago Frankenstein was once Raisel's servant, and now Frank begins explaining the modern world and its technology to him, until Raisel decides, almost casually but with quiet authority, that he will study at this school to learn more about the world, a decision Frank immediately accepts. And so Raisel goes to the class he has been assigned to, entering a new classroom where the teacher asks his name, and he introduces himself as Regis, leaving the entire class shocked, especially Sevu, who is sitting there and accuses him of suddenly disappearing earlier. But Raisel ignores him completely, causing the teacher to scold Sevu harshly for speaking nonsense, as the rest of the class turns against him. And then the scene shifts back to the construction site where the coffin once stood, where two men named M21 and M24 arrive, both working for an organization called Union that creates superhumans, having come to retrieve the coffin only to find it missing. And in their anger, they brutally beat the guard, with M24 even biting him, revealing his power to read flashback memories. And through this, he sees a girl who had witnessed the coffin. And although M24 throws the bitten man aside, the man stands back up, revealing that M24's abilities are connected to vampiric power. And the story shifts again as Raisel is given ramen to eat in the school canteen, but he politely breaks the chopsticks and eats with his hands, suspicious that humans may have poisoned the food, hesitating at first. But after smelling it carefully, he finally eats it, only to discover it becomes his favorite food instantly, filling him with unexpected happiness. And by evening, he has already become friends with Sevu and Ian. But suddenly, a girl's scream cuts through the air, and the vampire monster created by M24 appears, having found the girl who saw the coffin. And just then, Sergu comes flying in and kicks the monster with overwhelming force, sending it crashing far away, warning that they need to escape because even after such a powerful kick, the creature stood back up. And although everyone runs, Raisel remains behind, sensing two presences near the bridge and staring directly at them, locking eyes with M21, who feels that the being from the coffin must be Raisel, though he is not fully certain and takes no action. And before anything can happen, Raisel's friends pull him away. And later that night, when everyone is finally safe, the girl thanks Sevu and Raisel but says nothing to Ian. While in a corridor, M21, M24, and the monster discuss that they now must eliminate the girl's friends as well, because if the existence of the monster spreads, it will cause trouble, since they are merely experiments under Union, given superhuman powers only to complete side tasks, serving as subordinates while their true superiors are someone else. And as if summoned by that thought, Jack and Mary appear, coldly ordering them to find the coffin as soon as possible and deliver whatever was inside to Union, threatening to kill them if they fail, and reminding them that they are no more than ants who can be remade through experiments. And through F2, we learn that whatever was inside the coffin holds power strong enough to shake the entire world, a power he secretly wishes to use to destroy Union itself, though he dares not tell anyone because discovery would mean death, just like what happened to their friends. And later from a terrace, they watch Raisel and his friends below. And when their eyes meet, Raisel suddenly looks back, his red eyes glowing intensely, sending a strange feeling through M21. But Jack and Mary step in, declaring that Sevu, the girl, and everyone who saw the monster must be killed tonight, a plan that must be executed immediately. And although M21 and M24 are uneasy, they remain silent because they are subordinates. And soon after, as the children are heading home from school, Jack and M21 attack them suddenly, knocking them unconscious with terrifying efficiency, with Jack even praising M21 for his skill. And later that night, Frankenstein receives a message on his phone sent from Sevu's device, though the sender is actually Jack, who used the phone to lure Raisel out so he could be captured and killed. But Sergu desperately tries to prevent this. While Raisel and Frank decide to leave after realizing from the message that their lives are in danger. And in another location, the children attempt to escape from a warehouse, only for the monster to appear again. But Jack destroys it without hesitation because it gets in his way, then moves in to kill the children. And Seibu fights with everything he has to protect them. Yet he is still only a normal human and cannot stand against Jack, who mocks him by saying that ordinary humans are completely powerless before them and can do nothing at all. Words that deeply affect M24, who remembers how Jack once killed his comrades. And seeing Seibu's sheer willpower shakes him deeply, motivating him in a way he had never felt before. Even though at that moment M24 had already lost his friends, and the weight of that realization hangs heavily in the air as the story continues forward. At first it feels like everything is already lost, and he had failed to save them before. But this time, when M24 sees Seibu standing there with pure resolve, something inside him changes, and without hesitation, he punches Jack straight in the face with full confidence, sending Jack flying far away. Yet by doing so, M24 openly turns Julian into his enemy, and all of this is clearly heard by M21 from a distance through his earpiece, while at the same time Mary also hears everything and immediately launches a fierce attack on M21. And meanwhile, Jack gets back up and cruelly tells M24 that no matter how strong he is still weak compared to him. And after saying this, he brutally beats M24 until he is nearly dead. While on the other side, M21 is fighting Mary, but she easily overpowers him and coldly tells him that although he is a good opponent, he chose the wrong place to rebel, and now he must die. But just as she is about to kill him, Frankenstein and Raisel suddenly appear and stop her, leaving Mary completely shocked as she sees these two newcomers, while M21 realizes with certainty that Raisel is the one who was inside the coffin, and Frankenstein urgently asks where the children are, only for Mary to reply mockingly that they are probably already dead and that they arrived too late. And hearing this, Raisel calmly asks M21 if the children are truly dead, to which M21 replies that they are not dead yet and there is still a small chance to save them. And without wasting a second, Raisel orders Frankenstein to finish Mary quickly while they go to rescue the children. Underground, the fight continues as M24 puts up a strong resistance against Jack. But in the end, Jack kills M24 and coldly announces that now it is the children's turn and no one is coming to save them. But just then Raisel arrives, and seeing him, Jack mocks him as another new prey, while M21 rushes forward in rage to attack Jack but is easily thrown far away. And elsewhere, Frankenstein is fighting Mary, who seems overwhelmingly strong as she transforms into her superhuman form. Yet Frankenstein continues to match her blow for blow, and then the scene shifts as Raisel calmly tells Frankenstein from afar that he can now break his seal and fight with full power. And the moment Frankenstein releases his true power, Mary is completely overwhelmed, frozen in shock because she has never seen such power in this world before. And Frankenstein reveals the truth that Union itself was created by people like him, and now their own creations will defeat them, leaving Mary stunned before Frankenstein finishes her with a single devastating attack, while Jack believes Raisel standing before him is just a frightened high school student who cannot even meet his eyes, taunting him and promising him an easy death. Yet Raisel simply does not want to look at Jack's ugly face and coldly tells him that he will kneel before him, placing his foot down and forcing Jack to bend under his overwhelming power. And when Jack attacks in rage, none of his strikes work because Raisel's aura is so immense that Jack's power feels completely erased, as Raisel is the same being who emerged from the coffin after thousands of years, and no ordinary force could ever defeat him. And with ease, Raisel repeatedly strikes Jack, shaking the surrounding buildings until Jack transforms fully into a monster. But even that is useless, and Raisel knocks his friends unconscious to protect them, as Jack, now in full monster form, throws all his power into one punch, which Raisel stops effortlessly, paralyzing him in place and declaring that the time for his end has come. And then manipulating Jack's blood, he uses a blood technique to explode him, causing a horrifying rain of blood to fall, leaving M21 completely shaken as everything finally comes to an end. And days later, we see that Frankenstein and Raisel have erased everyone's memories, so no one remembers anything at all. Even M21 has forgotten everything. And Frankenstein gives him a job as a security guard. And then the scene shifts to Union attacking a military camp to kidnap a scientist, killing all the soldiers with ease and completing their mission. After which their leader announces that the next mission is in Japan. And then we return to Seibu and Ian, learning that Seibu's arm had been broken, which kept him away from school for a long time. But now he is finally able to return and is very happy. And when they enter the school, they see all the girls going crazy over a handsome security guard named M21. And Seibu and Ian approach him as M21 asks Seibu how he injured his arm, to which Seibu casually replies that he was hit by a car, while two people watch M21 from a window and think that keeping him with them was the right decision. And then we see a flashback where M21 explains that he was created by a scientific organization called Union, revealing that only he and M24 survived the experiment, but he failed to save M24 and is now the only remaining experiment. And Frankenstein tells him that he has nowhere else to go because the facility where he was created has been destroyed, inviting him to stay with them, though M21 is confused by their kindness because he believes he has done nothing to deserve it. And Frankenstein calmly says that only his master's orders matter to him, but he also tells M21 that he cannot stay for free and must join the school staff. And we learn that Raisel is in the same class as Seibu and Ian and is their friend, and the school day passes normally. And while heading home, Seibu and Ian invite Raisel to play games at his house, but Raisel gives no response, making them think he already has plans, as Raisel lives at the chairman's house, which belongs to Frankenstein. And Seibu notes that Raisel does not even have a phone to contact him. And later, Frankenstein asks M21 how his day went, to which M21 replies that he is not enjoying it much and is only doing his duty in exchange for a place to stay. When Raisel joins them and comments on how much the world has changed, asking Frankenstein about phones, which surprises Frankenstein and makes him immediately arrange a phone for Raisel. And the next day, Seibu is shocked and happy to see Raisel with a phone, relieved that they no longer need to contact the chairman to reach him, though Raisel does not know how to use it. So Ian patiently teaches him since he is good with technology, and suddenly some gangsters enter the school looking for a red-haired girl. And although M21 wants to stop them, he has orders to stay hidden, and an old janitor steps in to stop the gangsters, but they ignore him and are about to hurt him when Seibu intervenes, only for it to be revealed that the gang leader was actually looking for Seibu, accusing him of harassing his girlfriend, which confuses Ian as Seibu remembers that he only saved a girl from falling earlier that day, yet the gangster attacks him in anger. And although Seibu dodges a few punches, his already broken arm gives out and he is struck, leading the gang to beat him further, until Seibu stands back up and punches the gangster, enraging him even more as he repeatedly hits Seibu until he falls to the ground. And just then the old man returns, only for the gangster to grab him. But at that exact moment, M21 finally steps in and saves the old man, bringing the scene to a tense halt as fate quietly shifts once again. He tells the gang to leave, but instead the thug charges straight at M21. Yet without any effort, M21 slams him down onto the ground, and everyone watching is left completely stunned at how easily he defeated someone so strong. And when the thug desperately tries to break free, no matter how hard he struggles, M21 does not even move an inch, and then M21 calmly lifts him up and throws him away, smashing him into a car where he collapses, after which M21 walks up to him and coldly warns that if no one had been watching, he would already be dead. And hearing this, the thug is filled with fear and flees with his companions, while the students gather around M21 praising him, shocked because they never knew he was this powerful. And that night, M21 quietly remembers how he and the other experiments were born and how he became friends with M24. And just then, Frank approaches him and says he heard about what happened at school, to which M21 apologizes because he was ordered to stay hidden, yet still stepped in. But Frank tells him there is no need to apologize because what he did was right. And soon after, we see the same Union group arriving in Japan, where their leader explains that this time the mission is not about fighting, but investigation, because an experiment is freely roaming and they must locate it. And later, M21 is closing the school gate when a boy and a girl arrive, and the moment M21 sees them, he senses powers similar to Raisel's. And the boy asks for directions to the head office, leading them to Frankenstein, where the boy introduces himself as Regis and the girl as Sira, and Regis casually says he heard this is the best school in the area, prompting Frankenstein to thank him. But then Regis reveals his power slightly, surprising Frankenstein because it feels exactly like Raisel's. And from their manner of speaking, Frankenstein realizes they think he is just a normal human. So he agrees to enroll them and secretly informs Raisel about everything. And later the teacher introduces Regis and Sira to the class. And the moment Regis sees Raisel, he feels something strange he has never felt before. And at lunch, everyone eats together as Sinbu notices that Ian has started liking Sira. And that evening, while Frankenstein and M21 are heading home, M21 asks why he admitted those new students when it is obvious they are not normal humans. And Frankenstein replies that it was Raisel's decision and they must first find out why they came, prompting M21 to ask if they are truly nobles, beings with power beyond science. And Frankenstein explains that long ago, when humans were weak and afraid of everything, beings far stronger appeared with special powers and helped humans live together, earning the name nobles, protectors who can never harm humans. And that is likely why Regis and Sira did not hurt him, believing him to be human. And when M21 asks more questions, Frankenstein tells him the answers will come in time, and when they reach home, they find Sinbu, Ian, Regis, and Sira already there, which annoys Frankenstein because the house is a mess, but he cannot complain since Raisel brought them. And Sinbu suggests Regis and Sira should stay there since they just moved and have nowhere else, asking Raisel if he is okay with it. And Raisel calmly agrees, forcing Frankenstein to accept it even though he dislikes the idea. And later, while Frankenstein and M21 wash dishes, Sira offers to help, but Frankenstein tells her it is unnecessary and says her room is ready. And as she leaves, she notices a tattoo on M21's hand and tells Regis about it, realizing that Union marked their experiments with numbered tattoos, which confirms Regis's suspicion that something felt off about M21. And later, Regis confronts M21 and says he hates people who abandon their humanity for power, making M21 realize his secret is exposed. And elsewhere, Sinbu and his friends are heading home when gangsters appear and harass them. And as Sinbu tries to stop them, a man suddenly holds a knife to Raisel's neck and orders them to come along, while at the same time Regis asks M21 if the recent incidents are connected to him or his allies, which M21 denies, saying those responsible are already dead. But Regis does not believe him and attempts mind control, which M21 resists, leading Regis to attack, though M21 blocks with his weapon, laughing that Regis is not used to a human fighting a noble. And when M21 strikes back, Regis easily grabs and throws him, until Sira urgently contacts Regis mind-to-mind saying their friends are in trouble. And we see it was the same thug from the school who returned with others to take revenge on Sinbu, as Sinbu tells his friends to stay back and fights all the gangsters alone, holding his ground despite being outnumbered until they slowly overpower him. And then Regis and M21 arrive, with M21 stopping Regis from using his power openly and assuring him Sira is safe as they watch Sinbu fight, leaving Regis shocked that a human can stand alone against so many. And M21 explains that humans can fight if they have the right reason. And just as a thug tries to shoot Sinbu, M21 intervenes, stopping him, then blocks another attack and orders everyone to stop. And seeing M21's rage, the gang flees. And as everyone heads home, Regis tells M21 that he has finally seen how humans have changed, to which M21 replies that humans have always lived in groups and always hunger to move forward. And elsewhere, Union members review reports as their hacker Tao reveals a recent destruction that could not be caused by humans, and that experiments M21 and M24 were sent there, but are rumored dead, though the leader says they will not believe it until confirmed and orders Tao to gather more information. And the next day, Ian talks warmly with Regis, making Sinbu joke that Ian might like boys more than girls. And later on the rooftop, Regis warns M21 not to do anything wrong, and when M21 questions why Regis and Sira go out every night, Regis gets irritated, accusing M21 of spying. And that night, Sinbu asks Ian to bring food, but Ian is busy with a security check for his uncle and says he is hungry too. So Sinbu goes to cook alone, and suddenly Ian notices a security issue and assumes someone is causing trouble, while Tao is hacking into police servers for information, only to be kicked out by Ian, surprising Tao. And when the servers glitch again, Ian realizes the hacker is skilled, so he sends a gift to Tao that installs a virus, amusing Tao, who is thrilled to meet someone so smart. And Tao reveals his true speed, hacking rapidly as Ian struggles to keep up, until Sinbu returns with food and accidentally pulls the laptop cable, disconnecting Ian, causing Tao to wonder why the defender vanished. And when Ian reconnects, he finds the hacking has stopped, leaving him confused about why the hacker suddenly withdrew. Ian goes to inform his uncle about the issue, and just then Cebu notices that a message pops up on Ian's phone, slowly realizing that Ian is chatting with someone. And when Cebu talks to him, he finds out that Ian is actually talking to a boy, which finally convinces Cebu that Ian likes boys. And after that, we see Tao informing his team that he has located M21 and that he is still alive, though he admits he still has no information about M24, so the leader assigns two members, Shark and Hammer, with the task of capturing M21 and elsewhere M21. And Regis are arguing as usual when Frankenstein appears and tells them that they also need to help with household chores, which both of them question until Frankenstein snaps in anger, and all three immediately get to work. And Regis points toward Raisel, asking why he is not being told to do anything, leaving Frankenstein speechless, until Raisel himself stands up and quietly throws some trash away, which makes Regis pleased, while Frankenstein nervously thinks that if his master wished, he could kill him instantly. And the next day, Frankenstein tells M21 that he has opened a bank account for him and will deposit his salary every month, shocking M21 because he still sees himself as nothing more than a failed experiment, yet he is now living like a normal human. And that same night on his way home, M21 runs into Shark and Hammer, and the moment Shark calls him by his code name, M21 realizes they know exactly who he is. And when Shark reveals he is from D5M, 21 understands they are Union's special unit, and Shark orders him to come along. But when M21 asks what happens if he refuses, Shark coldly replies that he has no right to choose, then starts mocking M24 and asking what happened to him, which angers M21 deeply. Yet Shark keeps insulting both M21 and M24 until M21 finally attacks, only for Shark to dodge every strike easily and kick M21 far away, continuing the assault until M21 is badly injured and realizes both enemies are far stronger than him. And just then Regis and Sira arrive, with M21 urging them to leave, but Shark orders that they be killed as well since they have seen everything. And Regis steps forward, saying that a monster who abandoned his humanity for power has no right to speak to him, enraging Shark further as Regis continues to mock both Shark and Hammer, prompting Shark to charge at Regis while Regis raises his hand to use his power. But M21 steps in front of him, stopping him from using it and taking the entire attack himself, suffering severe injuries, until their leader Grant arrives and scolds Shark for disobeying orders that were only to bring M21. And when Regis tries to speak, M21 shouts at him to stay silent, after which Grant asks M21 if Regis and Sira are part of his mission. And M21 firmly says they are nothing to him, leading Grant to order a retreat, though Shark protests, only for Grant to say the matter should not be escalated. And the three take M21 away, leaving Regis furious and feeling betrayed by M21. While back home, Frankenstein and Raisel are calmly enjoying tea when Regis and Sira arrive, and Frankenstein immediately senses something is wrong and asks what happened. But Regis says nothing, so Sira explains that M21 left with some people, making Frankenstein worry that M21 might have come to gather information about Raisel, which would be dangerous. While elsewhere, Grant interrogates M21 relentlessly, but M21 refuses to answer, realizing they have no other source of information and negotiating instead, offering information in exchange for details about his old friends, which they agree to. And later, Ian receives a message from Tao asking to meet, and when they do, Tao praises Ian's skills, impressed that what he accomplished is not easy for a student, while at the same time Seibu returns from shopping with Sarah and notices some thugs trying to rob a man, so Seibu steps in and easily beats them, saving the man who turns out to be Take, a DA. Group 5 member who thanks Seibu and chats warmly with him, leaving Seibu feeling strangely comfortable, while Ian also enjoys his time with Tao since Tao feels very similar to him. And Take tells Seibu about his younger sister, who is around their age but whom he has not seen in a long time, until Seibu receives a message to come to the chairman's house and leaves with Sarah, warning Take to stay out of trouble. And that evening, we see Take and Tao talking, revealing that Union has made Take's sister a hostage, forcing him to do their dirty work, and Take admits that his sister is his only reason to live, and he would do anything for her. And later at night, Shark and Hammer approach M21 demanding information, but M21 refuses to speak until the deal is honored, warning Shark that if he tries to kill him, Union will never get the information, and Shark alone will be responsible. When Tao and Take arrive, and Take tells Shark to leave M21 alone, but Shark mocks Take for always being soft and sparing children and women despite orders to kill everyone, boasting that Shark personally hunted down and killed all those Take spared, which enrages Take. And when Shark cruelly claims Union has probably already killed Take's sister, Take pulls out his gun in fury, only for Tao to step in and stop him, while Shark laughs and walks away, saying he can never leave anyone alive because information could leak. And soon after, Shark and Hammer go to kill Regis, since they never leave witnesses, with Shark throwing a knife that Regis easily catches, revealing he is no ordinary human. And when Shark attacks, Regis stops him effortlessly, confusing Shark until he realizes Regis is a noble, and Hammer urges Shark to take it seriously and gives him a pill, which makes Shark grow larger and far stronger, launching a high-speed attack that Regis dodges, while Shark laughs, thinking victory is easy, until Regis calmly says he was only playing so far, then suddenly appears behind Shark and strikes him, leaving Shark confused about why he still cannot overpower him. But at that moment, Hammer brings Ian in as a hostage, forcing Regis to stop to protect him, after which Shark and Hammer take all of them back to their base, shocking Tao and Take when they see Seibu and Ian. And when Regis wakes up, he finds himself shackled, unable to break free even with his powers, as Shark explains that Union created special restraints for people like him, making resistance useless. While back at home, Frankenstein prepares food, but notices neither M21 nor Regis has returned. And Sira explains that she shares a mind and link with Regis and cannot sense him anymore, meaning he is either unconscious or dead. Yet she assumes Frankenstein and Raisel are human and may not understand, so she tells them to eat and leaves to help Regis, while Shark tells his team that Regis is a noble, realizing it after using his power powers against him and questions M21 about it. But M21 still claims ignorance. And when Seivu and Ian regain consciousness, Shark grabs Seivu and tells him to be quiet until Take stops him, forcing Shark to release Seivu. And Seivu recognizes Shark as the man he helped earlier, while Ian recognizes Tao, asking why they are here, only for Shark to shove Ian toward M21 and say they are here because of him, as Sira senses Regis's location and rushes toward him. And Frankenstein and Raisel can no longer sit peacefully at home and also move to intervene. While Seivu and Ian look at M21, confusion and fear mixing as everything begins to spiral toward the next inevitable clash. They keep asking M21 what is happening here, but M21 has no answer and simply turns his face away, standing silently. And just then Shark starts beating Seivu, while M21 coldly says that he does not care what they do to those two, yet Tao steps forward and says it is not necessary to kill them. And Take also suggests they could drug them and erase their memories, but their leader Grant immediately refuses, saying they cannot leave alive anyone who has seen them. And hearing this, Shark laughs loudly and moves to kill Ian, but suddenly Regis steps in and says he already knew they were monsters who can only bully the weak, which enrages Shark and makes him attack Regis. While elsewhere, Hammer is carrying food when Sira suddenly appears in front of him, and realizing she is the girl with Regis, he wastes no time and attacks her with bombs, only to see that the explosions do nothing to her, and Sira strikes back with her weapon, badly injuring Hammer, who then throws multiple bombs at her, but Sira calmly throws them all back, crushing Hammer under rubble, the blast echoing upward and alerting everyone above, causing Grant to send Take down to check because only Hammer could cause such an explosion. And at that moment, M21 tells Grant he is ready to give all the information if the two children are released, yet Grant repeats that they never spare witnesses, making Shark grin as he tightens his grip around Seivu's neck, and M21 freezes, torn between the chance to finally learn the truth about his comrades after so many years and the certainty that he cannot let the children die. And in that instant, he sees M24 and hears words that erase all doubt from his heart, pushing him forward to strike Shark and injure his arm, saving Seivu, while at the same time Frankenstein and Raisel arrive on the rooftop, where Take notices them and asks if they think the explosion was caused by these people and where Hammer is. And Frankenstein tells Raisel to go ahead while he stays behind to fight Take, launching an attack that Take avoids using a box until Frankenstein shatters the box, forcing Take to pull out a gun and shoot, though Frankenstein dodges and closes in, only for Take to press a small gun to his head. While inside the building, M21 keeps attacking Shark until Grant gives permission to kill him, making Shark ecstatic as he unleashes a powerful strike that M21 cannot dodge because moving would mean the children get hit. So he takes the blow himself and is gravely wounded. And seeing this, Regis realizes M21 chose to protect the children even when he could have stayed quiet to survive. And that choice makes Regis decide to save him, breaking his restraints and punching Shark so hard he crashes into the wall, then holding M21 and telling him to rest, while Take struggles against Frankenstein and takes a drug to end the fight quickly, becoming much faster, and Shark also takes a pill. Yet even with that power, he is nothing compared to Regis, until Grant attacks Regis, who dodges, prompting Grant to take a pill as well, and Shark believes they can win together. But suddenly Grant drives his hand straight through Shark, shocking Tao, who asks what is happening, and Grant calmly explains the pills were never meant to boost their power but to be absorbed by him, allowing him to grow stronger by consuming theirs. And after absorbing Shark's power, he throws him aside, prompting Regis to declare that someone like Grant does not deserve to live and attack him fiercely, though Grant dodges easily and counters, knocking Regis down. And even when Regis stands and attacks again, nothing affects Grant, until Grant punches him so hard he crashes into the ceiling and loses consciousness. Then Grant moves to kill M21, but Raisel enters the room, leaving Seivu and Ian stunned, and when Grant asks what Raisel is doing here, Raisel slams Grant and Tao to the ground with his power and calmly says he never gave them permission to speak, while Frankenstein struggles because he has not been using his full power due to Raisel's order, until Take taunts him to hurry and kill him so he can kill the one inside, igniting Frankenstein's rage and making him release his full power, overwhelming Take and nearly killing him, until Take remembers his master and refuses to die yet, managing to escape and even scratch Frankenstein's face slightly, which strangely makes Frankenstein smile because the fight has become interesting, while Grant cannot understand how a human could knock him down and attacks Raisel with everything he has, only to see it has no effect. So he orders Tao to take a pill so Grant can absorb his power too. And though Tao knows Grant will kill him, he accepts his fate, saying he always knew this day would come. But just as Grant grabs him, Ian begs Raisel to save Tao, and Raisel freezes Grant's body again, saving Tao, then tells Ian he can always ask for help and Raisel uses a technique to control a massive amount of blood, stunning Regis, who names it absolute blood, a technique almost no one in the world can use, making him wonder who Raisel truly is. And Raisel attacks Grant, who cannot endure even a single blow and dies. And afterward, everyone sits together eating, Tao happily enjoying good food, until M21 and Take arrive conscious and thank them, though Frankenstein tells them to eat first before the food gets cold. And later, M21 sits alone, blaming himself for failing to learn the truth about his comrades and endangering the children, calling himself weak, until Raisel appears and tells him he is not weak because he senses great power within him, briefly drawing out M21's true form using a drop of his blood, shocking M21 as Raisel explains that this is his true form and he is far from weak and can save many lives with his own hands. And later, Tao tells Take he can create fake files in Union system to make it seem like they died on the mission so they can live freely. But Take says Union still holds his sister, only for Tao to reveal that when he searched the system, he found no record of any sister, only fake notes, meaning Union fabricated that memory to control him, shattering Take as he realizes he never had a sister and questions who he has been living for. And the next day, Tao and Take decide to leave, with Tao telling M21 he tried to find information about his comrades, but everything had already been destroyed. And as they prepare to go, M21 asks Frankenstein if he can also give them work and a place to stay, knowing they have nowhere to go. And Frankenstein happily agrees after confirming with Raisel, who has no objection, making everyone smile. And the next day, Seibu and Ian go to school and are thrilled to see Tao and Tech working as security guards alongside M21, while girls excitedly talk about the new guards. And later, Seibu feels jealous of Raisel because all the girls adore him, prompting Ian to ask Raisel what Seibu should do to become popular, only for Raisel to think quietly and unintentionally make the girls fall for him even more, making Seibu more frustrated, until Ian asks Seibu what kind of girl he likes, and Seibu freezes when he sees Sira, revealing his feelings, leading Ian and Raisel to decide to find out if Sira feels the same. And they ask the guards for advice since they are always surrounded by girls, only for Tao and Tak to panic and try to escape because they have no experience either, until Ian stops them, and even M21 admits he knows little about such matters. But seeing Seibu's desperation, he asks who he likes. And when Seibu admits it is Sira, everyone is shocked by his courage. And when Raisel also asks them to help, none of them can refuse. So Tao starts searching online for the best way to impress a girl, while Take explains how to talk and ask someone out. Though even then, the path ahead still feels uncertain as the story quietly moves forward. Things were still not working out properly, and no one was really able to teach Seibu anything useful. So all of them finally went to Frankenstein to ask if he had any experience in such matters. And Frankenstein proudly says that the same thing used to happen to him when he was around Seibu and Ian's age, with many girls always surrounding him, after which he starts praising himself so much that none of his words actually help them at all. And disappointed, they then go to Regis and ask what kind of boys Sira likes. But Regis replies that Sira has never told him anything like that. And when Seibu nervously asks Regis whether he and Sira are dating, Regis denies it and explains that nothing like that is going on between them, and that they only live together because their missions are the same, and nothing more than that, after which M21 says something that irritates Regis badly. Yet Regis still refuses to help Seibu, until Raisel calmly tells Regis to help him, and with just a single word from Raisel, Regis immediately gives in, then tells Seibu to write a letter for Sira, but Seibu's mind goes completely blank, and whatever he writes, everyone finds some flaw in it, confusing him even more until he gets frustrated and throws the letter away. And then the scene shifts to the basketball court, where the plan is to make Seibu look good in front of Sira. But as the match starts, it quickly turns into a competition between Regis and M21, with both of them scoring non-stop while Seibu gets no chance at all. And even whenever Seibu manages to get the ball, M21 snatches it away at incredible speed. And as the match nears its end, the ball finally comes to Raisel. Seibu asks Raisel to shoot. Raisel instead throws the ball towards Seibu, but M21 jumps in between, fails to touch it, and the ball lands straight in Seibu's hands. And dodging everyone, Seibu runs toward the basket, about to score, when Tao suddenly appears, takes the ball from him, and scores himself, causing Seibu's team to lose, and all the girls to start praising Tao. And only then everyone realizes that instead of making Seibu look good, they have completely embarrassed him. And that evening, Seibu sits dejectedly with Ian until Ian tells him not to be upset because he and Sira are very different people, and it is not necessary that Sira likes him back. And just then, Regis drops Sira off, leaving Seibu confused about what to say, when Sira suddenly shows him a love letter, shocking Seibu as he asks where she found it, and Sira explains it was on her desk, making Seibu wonder who put it there. Then Sira gently tells him that liking someone is normal and a good thing, everything, but relying on others to prove your feelings is strange and useless, and that a person looks best when they are just being normal. And hearing this, Seibu understands that he is not someone who should be troubled by such things, which makes Sira smile as well, and she invites Seibu and Ian to dinner at the chairman's house, where they arrive to find everyone unusually serious, and they are told that their memories of the incident will be erased so they forget all the secrets, which Seibu initially refuses jokingly because he cannot believe such a thing is possible, until Frankenstein explains that they have erased many people's memories before because Seibu and Ian have gotten involved in dangerous situations like this in the past too. And Raisel further explains that it is necessary for everyone because if humans learn about nobles, no one knows what might happen. So both boys agree, and Raisel erases their memories, and the next day at school, Seibu and Ian have forgotten everything but are still close friends. When suddenly a man arrives at the school but is stopped by the guards, and it is revealed he is not a normal man at all, as when he releases his aura, all three guards are shocked, and the man asks what people like them are doing among normal humans, before Regis and Sira arrive and address him as the clan master, and the old man scolds Regis for dealing with subject humans, refusing to listen to his explanation, until Frankenstein arrives behind him, and it becomes clear that the clan master already knows Frankenstein, leaving Regis and Sira confused. And then the scene shifts to the noble's kingdom, where all clan leaders are meeting with the noble lord, discussing whether Regis and Sira have found any nobles among humans, with one clan leader warning that if they are hiding information, they will be punished. And it is revealed that they are talking about Raisel, whom Regis and Sira have already met but not reported. And the lord explains that Regis and Sira were sent to find Raisel because Raisel is considered a criminal in the noble's kingdom, though his crime is not yet revealed. And afterward, Frankenstein brings the man named Gajotel to Raisel, who calmly says he knew the day would come when Gajotel would arrive, as Gajotel explains that since the lord learned Raisel is among humans, they have been searching for him, and that after Raisel left the kingdom, many things changed, with the previous lord entering eternal sleep and his daughter Race Curtio becoming the new lord, who believes Raisel is responsible and has been searching for him ever since. And Gajotel urges Raisel to return to the kingdom to prove his innocence, but Raisel refuses for now, choosing to stay longer, leaving Regis and Sira confused about how Frankenstein already knew Gajotel. And when M21 asks if Frankenstein is like them, Regis explains that Frankenstein is neither a normal human nor a noble, leaving everyone wondering who he truly is, as Gajotel remarks that he never imagined staying in Frankenstein's house. And Frankenstein replies that he is calm only because of Raisel, otherwise he would have sent Gajotel away long ago. And Gajotel recalls that Frankenstein is the one who killed many nobles years ago and was known as the nobles hunter, showing his past where he hunted nobles so fiercely that the lord ordered two clan leaders, including Gajotel, to capture him, and many nobles chased Frankenstein only for him to defeat them effortlessly, shocking the knights, until the two clan leaders arrive, with one named Rhaegar telling Frankenstein to come to the lord. But Frankenstein refuses and insults the lord, provoking Rhaegar into battle, where Frankenstein realizes Rhaegar is far stronger than previous opponents, and both attack each other until Rhaegar draws his soul weapon, making Frankenstein grin as he summons his dark spear, shocking both leaders because it resembles a soul weapon in power. And with one strike, Frankenstein devastates the entire forest, terrifying them as he declares that nobles have always oppressed humans and he will show them humans are not weak, unleashing attacks so strong that Rhaegar and Gajotel struggle to survive, until Frankenstein's power goes out of control and begins consuming his soul, forcing the two leaders to attack together, their powers colliding in a massive blast, after which Frankenstein escapes injured to a mansion, realizing he is not yet ready to fully use the dark spear. When Raisel appears, followed by Rhaegar and Gajotel bowing to Raisel and explaining Frankenstein has been causing trouble. And Raisel calmly notices Frankenstein's wounds, changes his clothes, and declares that this man works for him and no one is allowed to take him, sending the clan leaders away without protest, leaving Frankenstein stunned as he wonders who Raisel truly is. And 5 years later, Frankenstein and Rhaegar are seen fighting, revealed to be training as Frankenstein's power comes back under control, while Gajotel still questions Raisel's decision to keep Frankenstein, warning that many nobles oppose it, but Raisel calmly assures him it will not cause trouble in the future. And that same night Frankenstein serves Raisel tea, he quietly asks him why he always stands near this same window and why he never goes outside, to which Raisel calmly replies that he does go outside, but only when the right time comes. And then he also tells him that before Frankenstein arrived, he had gone to meet the Lord, making Frankenstein ask if that was the last time Raisel ever went out. And Raisel confirms it, saying that after that, he never stepped outside again. And Frankenstein realizes in silence that 5 full years have passed since then, and Raisel has been standing by this same window in the same mansion all this time, time. And the next day, Frankenstein is summoned by the Lord and goes to meet him, where the Lord asks if he has formed a servant pact with Raisel, which Frankenstein denies, explaining he has not done that yet. And the Lord points out that they have lived together for a long time and should have formed the pact by now, which would make Raisel his true master and also grant Frankenstein a much longer life. But Frankenstein firmly says he wants to remain human, which is why he refuses the pact. And the Lord then tells him that by now he must have realized how lonely Raisel truly is and questions why Raisel chose him, before entrusting Raisel's responsibility to Frankenstein because he believes Frankenstein will take proper care of him. And this decision angers many who learn that Raisel is making a pact with a human, with a boy named Roca even questioning the Lord and asking him to stop Raisel. But the Lord replies that all he wants is Raisel's happiness, no matter the cost. And the next day, Frankenstein searches everywhere for Regard to spar with him, but cannot find him, when Roca suddenly appears, insults Frankenstein heavily, and challenges him to a fight, which Frankenstein accepts with a laugh. And they head to the battlefield, where Roca quickly overwhelms Frankenstein and knocks him down, then mocks him by saying, "How can a weak human defeat nobles?" And at that moment, Frankenstein summons his dark spear and attacks Roca, though it is clear he is still holding back because whenever he uses his full power, it begins to control him instead. But Roca launches a powerful attack while declaring that Raisel should always remain alone, and that if even high-ranked nobles cannot approach him, then a human has no right to stand by his side. And hearing this enrages Frankenstein deeply because Raisel never comes forward for his own sake, and yet they wish such cruelty upon him. And in that instant, Frankenstein releases his full power, causing destruction all around as he loses control and severely injures Roca, until Gajotel and Rhaegar intervene and warn Roca that Frankenstein cannot be defeated no matter what. Yet Frankenstein's power keeps surging to the point that stopping him seems impossible. And suddenly the Lord and Raisel arrive, which somewhat figures you I am. Raisel stepping toward Frankenstein just as Frankenstein attacks him as well. But Raisel blocks the strike, though he still takes a small wound. And then Raisel uses his blood technique, shocking everyone. And when Frankenstein attacks again, Raisel grabs the dark spear itself and licks Frankenstein's blood, instantly calming him and causing him to collapse. And when Frankenstein wakes up, he finds himself in bed, later apologizing to Raisel for everything he caused. And while making tea, he adds his own blood to it to form a servant pact. And after drinking the tea, Raisel asks if he will make the pact with him, to which Frankenstein agrees and swears to always stand by his side. And the story returns to the present, where Gajotel tells Frankenstein that if Raisel proves his innocence, he can return to the kingdom. But Frankenstein replies that Raisel does not wish to return because there are both nobles and humans here whom he wants to stay with, and he is no longer the Raisel who lived alone, as he now prefers being with others. And the next day, a noble named Rael appears and mind controls the entire school, which the three guards immediately sense as they confront him. And Rael questions why his magic has no effect on them if they are humans, quickly realizing they are modified humans, then moves at high speed and injures M21, revealing his overwhelming strength, prompting Regis and Sira to arrive. And upon seeing Sira, Rael says he has not seen her since he proposed to her, shocking everyone. And when Regis tries to speak, Rael grabs him by the throat and lifts him up, proving his terrifying power, then throws Regis aside and tells Sira to come with him. But Sira refuses and tells him to leave, which he agrees to while whispering that she will have to come with him soon. And M21 collapses from his injuries as he is treated later, while Frankenstein explains the attack to Raisel, Tau, and Take, admitting they were there but could do nothing because Rael was far stronger. And Regis says it was good they did not try to fight him, as it would have ended badly. And when Tau asks how Rael can be so much stronger than Regis despite looking the same age, Regis explains that Rael is nearly twice his age, shocking everyone. And Sira confirms that Rael had proposed to her before, and when she rejected him, he destroyed everything around, leading his older brother to imprison him as punishment, though Regis admits he did not expect Rael to escape so soon. And later, Frankenstein checks Tau and Take and confirms they are fine, which makes them relieved, though still frustrated because they could not protect M21. And they beg Frankenstein to experiment on them to make them stronger so they can protect everyone, accepting any risk. And Frankenstein finally agrees to begin, while that night, Sira goes alone to meet Rael, who says she has changed too much because of useless humans. But Sira replies she prefers being with those humans more than with Rael, enraging him until Frankenstein intervenes and attacks Rael, scolding him for not even knowing how to talk to a girl properly and nearly attacking Sira, then demanding to know why Rael came here. But Rael attacks him instead, only to realize he struck an illusion as the real Frankenstein attacks from behind, astonishing Rael, who creates 3 duplicates and attacks together. Yet Frankenstein injures both the clones and the real Rael at Rael, forcing Rael to draw his soul weapon and severely wound Frankenstein, who laughs and says the fight is finally getting fun as he summons his dark spear, completely overwhelming Rael until Rael attacks blindly in rage and damages the city, prompting Sira to stop him, making Rael ask why she would try to kill him when he loves her so much. But Sira orders him to leave, and Rael shows her the Lord's letter summoning her alone, making Regis worry, though Sira asks him to watch over everyone and leaves, while Rael threatens Frankenstein for next time. And later, Frankenstein urges Regis to help rescue Sira, mocking him for possibly trying to protect himself, which angers Regis and makes him agree as they head to the noble's kingdom, where Sira stands before Raisel, who accuses Gajotel of lying in his report and imprisons him until the truth is confirmed, then demands Sira reveal whether she met any noble among humans. And when Sira refuses, Raisel attempts to read her mind, causing Sira immense pain until Rael interrupts, claiming the report was true, though Raisel orders Sira imprisoned with Gajotel and assigns Rael to uncover the truth. While Raisel, Frankenstein, and Regis move toward the kingdom, revealing in a flashback that Frankenstein gave the three guards special pills and entrusted them to protect everything while he and Raisel were away. And as clan leaders receive news of intruders, and Raisel recalls her childhood resentment toward Raisel for being offered the Lord's position instead of her, the mission begins to clear a path to reach the Lord, with Rael confronting M21 and Regis, laughing at M21 until M21 injures him and traps him. Yet Rael survives and draws his soul weapon, overpowering them until his older brother arrives and clashes with Frankenstein, while Raisel prepares to send Sira and Gajotel into eternal sleep, only for Raisel to appear in overwhelming silence, crushing all resistance and revealing his absolute power as the fate of the kingdom hangs in balance. Everything felt calm on the surface, ignoring even Kria's strongest attacks, until she collapsed in despair, believing herself an unworthy lord. And though clan leaders shielded her, Raisel prepared a final strike before Kria stepped in, exhausting herself to protect them. And as Frankenstein caught Raisel, he revealed the Lord's soul weapon, summoning the illusion of the previous lord, who explained he had chosen eternal sleep to restore balance between long-lived nobles and fragile humans, entrusting Gajutel to guide the future, leading Kria to free him and realize her companions had supported her all along. And when the swords merged and the illusion vanished, Raisel returned the sword to Kria, who thanked him in tears. And the next day, as everyone prepared to leave and wondered about Raisel's choice, Kria spoke with him about her father, remembering how Raisel had once refused the Lord's offer so she could grow, and smiling at his answer. And in the end, Raisel chose to walk forward with everyone, returning to ordinary school life. And with that, this anime season 1 comes to the end. So friend, if you enjoy this recap, so don't forget to like and subscribe the channel now.